All right, let's say that Stephen Hawking is right in regards to this alien threat possibly happening right now. Could the human race be in trouble? Or could it be something that could be positive for the human race? This is a big question that I want to bring up tonight because, what Stephen Hawking says, when he says this is pretty much NASA saying things or the government telling you something, because when he's saying this, this guy's a smart guy. Why would he bring this up? So they're going to be working on this research. They're going to try and delve into this more. So stay tuned for more updates from Stephen Hawking. Who knows? Some people are saying some crazy stuff right now that the government's going to be telling us here very shortly that there's going to be that the aliens are here and we're not alone, and they're going to be sharing some proof. And then some people say 2 days later there's going to be an announcement that there's going to be an asteroid striking Earth and we're all pretty much done for. Now this stuff is, take them 2 days. They're going to tell us 2 days before this happens. This event, this asteroid event, that's basically a global devastation. So it's kind of, I don't know. This is heavy duty conspiracy, in my opinion. If people are saying that this is the case, but you just never know. What would the government do in regards to an alien threat and an asteroid impact? Would they let us know? And why not let us know before an asteroid impact? Why, that would probably be a pretty good time if you ask me. So you got to keep this in mind when you hear this and not take it too seriously, but do your research as well. All I know is there's a lot of videos lately coming into Third Phase of Moon. So there is an elevated, heightened sense that we're not alone. There's a lot of activity going on around the world. There's a lot of people want to know what is going to happen next. So some people say the elections have nothing to do with it, no matter who's in office. So this is something we all got to, think about. Let's bring in some other callers. Let's bring them in. Let's see if they pick up. I want to get people's thoughts on this. Area code 574. You there?
Oh, yeah, I'm just listening to the show.
All right, sir. What do you think of Stephen Hawking's statement while you're listening in?
You know what? I think whatever Stephen Hawking said is true. See, that dude he enlightened. I know most people say that, he's faking, there's people that's controlling him and stuff. That's not really his words coming out of his mouth. But you know what? If Stephen Hawking believe it, I got to say that I believe it.
Absolutely. That's the impression I get. Here's a question that I have for you, because this man, he's such a genius. He basically has proven that black holes exist. But
Definitely.
what has that done for the human race? So can you tell me anything? Because I'm still waiting for what Stephen Hawking is going to do for us, besides his, heavy insight and intellect.
What was the question? What do I think the black hole is going to do to us or for us? What did you say?
Has Stephen Hawking invented anything that's good for the human race? I don't know. Can anybody help me out? Anybody help me out? Has he have a patent?
As far as coming up with some knowledge about the universe, about our species, and about black holes and all that stuff right there, yeah. But as far as just like inventing something, no, like the light bulb or something, no. But he got a lot of good ideas, a lot of good theories though, and I guess that's where it starts at, right?
Absolutely. I'm not knocking him. I just wish he, with his heavy thought process operating the way it does, why doesn't he build something that's going to help mankind? He's basically, I guess he wants to get down to the bottom of this alien phenomenon, it sounds like to me.
You know what, Blake? I'll be wondering the same thing myself. Like, how can you be that smart, but you ain't even just built something? Some kind of something. Too smart for no reason.
Too smart for no reason, yeah. He did write a book, and it was one of the biggest best-selling books ever. I forgot the name of the book. Can you believe it? I think I read it back in the day. But, yeah, Stephen Hawking, he's an interesting fellow. He should have died decades ago, but the man's still around. And I think the idea of thinking and the idea of just that thought process keeps you young. Keeps you young.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Black, I got a question for you, man. Okay, now I've been listening to your show for a long time, and I've just been waiting for somebody to say something about like alien visitors visiting them in their dreams, because I've had this same dream constantly for like the past 10 years, where like I'm walking down the street and then it's like it's nighttime and the whole sky lights up with like different lights, like different orbs, but they're all different lights and stuff. And then all of a sudden I'm in outer space, like standing on a like loading dock deck of a spaceship, like, but I'm standing out in space. At first I'm scared, but then like it's a voice in my head telling me it's okay, I don't gotta be scared, and I can just walk out into space with like no suit on, no nothing. I've been having that same dream for like the last 10 years. It's constantly. Do that happen? Do they come and visit you in your dreams?
Yeah, there's something to say about that, the subconscious. And who knows? Who knows what's going on? Some people say right now, and it's quite weird to think about it, but we're living in a matrix. People say it's a 58% chance right now that we're in a simulation, that our existence isn't what we really perceive it to be. It's something altogether different. So this theory of dreams repeating over and over again could be a glitch in the matrix, or just kind of a limited amount of information in the program, so therefore it becomes repetitious. This, I think, is some of the reasons why we possibly might be seeing these UFOs or these glitches in the skies. Could these be anomalies of a computer glitch, a simulation not properly running? Well, this is a big question. And let me tell you, this isn't crazy thinking. This is, some scientists say, a 58 probability that we are not in the plane of existence that we really perceive to be. So this is another big question. I wonder what Stephen Hawking thinks about this, because his theories on an alien threat, is this involvement with the Matrix, or is it something altogether different? Man, it would sure be nice to get Stephen Hawking on the show, wouldn't it? Let's see if we could reach out to him. That would be Hawking. That would be so awesome. Hey, thanks for calling in, and listening in to Third Phase of Moon. Good chatting with the public about things. So let's go to area code 702. Welcome to the show.
Hi, how you doing, dude?
All right. So what do you think? What do you think? What do you think of Stephen?
Well, I'd be honest with you. Yes, it is. My opinion is I'm not going to see the world end. There's too much that can happen that's good. But, yeah, we always have a threat out there, but there's good, too. Everything is possible, but yet anything is possible. But these things you're seeing in the sky, if you take a magnifying glass and put a quarter in the center of it and move it just a little bit, that's blue beam. That's going to show you these anomalies. To look past that light where the magnifying glass goes to the other side and bend it, you can see these saucers. You can see this technology. And to make people float, it's actually was taught when I was little about a bug, that you use the skin type of the top of it. Put it below with the magnet, and you can float. I know a few people in town that are using this technology. But it's possible. Anything is possible, but they're going to come clean. The deal is they're going to tell us, one is saying maybe he'll tell us on the day of his ending. The other one says they've already been telling, and they showed me, Glenn was standing up saying it on national TV, shaking his head, yes, there is. The thing is, 94% looks human form. There are galaxies out there that are even on our land, and everywhere we go, they can hide it by just moving that magnifying glass, and you don't see it. And the technology is there.
Let me ask you this. Do you think Stephen Hawking is aware of something that he's not telling us, or is this kind of an equation that he's come up with?
He has to know a lot more than people think if he knows what strand theory is. Strand theory starts with the dimensions. And he knows that maybe in this dimension his body's frozen, but he knows if he goes through the other time, he can be walking like anybody else. And the dimensions are real. And he's got to be aware, it's a strand theory. That's the whole point of Blue Beam and all the things that we use. I have a lot of faith.
Sure, the question is big that I'm pretty much giving to the public, and I want to get the answer and the opinions of the people. Is Stephen Hawking privy to information that he's not telling us, and why wouldn't he tell us? Why wouldn't he? He'd be in a perfect place because people really take his word for it. When Stephen Hawking speaks, people listen. Stand by, Chalice, stand by. You know what? I want to bring in some more callers. Area code 713. You're live, Third Phase of Moon.
Well, I'm just listening on today. I don't have my PC working, so
hey, no problem. No problem. Hey, sir, what do you think? While we got you on the show, what do you think of Stephen Hawking's statement that there's a possible alien threat happening?
Well, I always read up on what he, what's the latest on Stephen Hawking's, and I do question, what does he really know? I mean, was he always, I don't know the history of him. Was he always in that state since he was born, or was this a development since he became older to the point where he's paraplegic now?
Yes, sir. That's a very good question. Stephen Hawking, he was a normal guy, just like the rest of us. He grew up. He went to high school. He went to college. And then in college, he started to realize something was up. And then he changed. So, yeah, he enjoyed life like everybody else. And then he knows what it's like. So he knows that he missed out on some things. But he's been married for a long time. He knows he's got a very good sense of humor. I'm just wondering, what does he know? Well,
exactly. I mean, what's his IQ level? And because he seems like, and they treat him like he's a genius. And so I'm just curious, what's the baseline before he actually, became paraplegic? But what was his IQ then, and what was it where was he in development? But anyways.
Yeah, sure. That's a good question because, Albert Einstein, he made things, he created things, and he also gave us equations that basically have not been broken yet. They're true. They're true in mathematical equations. So, what has Hawking done for us besides telling us that black holes exist and some bestsellers? I'm just wondering. Man, he's got to know more.
Yeah. Well, interesting. Who knows? I don't know if that leap of IQ, or was it something that he just increased in his life? But he's the most interesting person. I know he doesn't have much love for Trump. He's been political lately, but. I'd like to hear more about what his scientific...
Sure. It's kind of funny you bring up the political arena as well because, maybe he's just making a joke about Trump because there's a lot of jokes going on about Trump. So maybe he's getting on the bandwagon about that because he's an entertainer. He's kind of fun. So he's easy to make fun of, I guess. And maybe that's what Hawking is doing. It's hard telling. But he shouldn't be bringing in politics, I don't think. He should stay out of that arena. This guy, he's survived MS for decades now. He should have been dead decades ago. He should have been dead in his 20s. Most people don't live this, and he's going in like a Energizer bunny. So that's amazing to me. Maybe he's got something that we're not aware of as far as some kind of longevity with MS. What's his secret? Some government science? It's hard telling. It's hard to tell. Wow. Hey, thanks for calling in, man. I like some of these people that just are listening. They have some great statements. Let's bring in the callers. Let's bring them in because the discussion is quite interesting. And if you got a UFO sighting you want to share, definitely we want to hear it. Let's get to area code 626. Welcome to the show.
What's up? I'm just listening in right now.
Uh-oh, not another one. Hey, man, so come on. We got to get your thoughts on Stephen. What do you think? What do you think he knows? Should we be worried?
I honestly, I think like you were saying, he must know something in the medical field for him to survive that long. Like you said, he should have been gone a long time ago. That's really what comes to mind. Is just that he.
Sure. You know, that is a miracle, and you know, I'm not complaining. I like Stephen Hawking. He's one of my heroes. There's very few heroes out there right now in the world, and he is a player up there in my book. Top 10 anyway. I don't know, maybe James Cameron's my second hero. I love his work. Anyway, he's broken records at James Cameron. A lot of them, a lot of records. Okay, besides his films and box office records, he's broken records going down deep beneath the sea, looking for basically alien life. They sure look like aliens to me deep down there in the abyss. Anyway, thanks for calling in, sir. Let's get two other callers. 805, you're live, Third Phase. $805, you there? 805. Gotta knock you out. Spring in area code 413. Hello? Knock out the back sound.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good, sir. Where are you calling in from?
Springfield, Mass.
All right. So what do you think of the conversation tonight, Stephen Hawking? Should you be worried?
Well, my thing is, it's true what you're saying. Like he just has a lot of opinions, and he knows his stuff when it comes to outside Earth, basically space. And it'd be a shame if he does know something in the medical field for what he has, and he doesn't share it with the world, basically. And or even help his same kind he has, use his knowledge for that to, have a big breakthrough, to help that. So, not sure.
Interesting. If I were Stephen Hawking, wouldn't you want to cure yourself? Why hasn't he tried? Has he tried? Has he tried to develop any cures? He's trying to figure out and has basically proven that black holes exist. But we all knew that. We all knew black holes exist. And, yeah, we know that there's aliens out there as well. Yeah, and they're here right now. We don't need to be told that there's going to be an alien threat to scare the masses. I'm not into aliens being the bad guys out there. Yeah, there's good guys, there's bad guys everywhere. And that goes along with the alien race, let me tell you. It's a big universe out there. It goes on basically infinite. As far as we're aware of, what is reality? Are we in a matrix? Is Stephen Hawking the epitome of the program? So these are big questions. Who's the most intelligent guy or woman on the planet today, that right now in the existence that we live in? Who is the brightest? Who's going to do something for this earth that's going to change it up? And have they been suppressed? Have they been killed? Has the energy and technology been taken away from us, people? Are we suppressed with this information? Well, I'm not sure. Stephen Hawking's laying out something big. I wish he would just lay something out with more concrete proof on what he says. People respect what he says. And let me tell you, I respect him too. Some people say Snowden is the guy. Snowden is the most intelligent guy right now on planet Earth, and that's quite interesting. What evidence does he have? I know we lost a big player with information. Just a few weeks ago, we had a caller by the name of Fred. He gave us a lot of insight on how this Element 113 operated. Gave us a lot of insight. We put that video up. 3 weeks later, the man dies of complications with some kind of cancer. We don't know. All I know is that Gloria, his wife, reached out to us, and she told us that Fred felt at peace telling the world what he knew. And he wanted to thank us at Third Phase of Moon, and we want to thank Fred, and condolences to the family. Gloria, if you're listening, we're really sorry that you lost a hero. A hero to us, the people. We leaked that information out, so hopefully people could run with this. Maybe even Stephen Hawking could, or some kind of quantum physicist could look at the diagrams and schematics and information that he left. Because, you know, I'm not a quantum physicist. I'm just a guy right here at Third Phase of Moon sharing people's information to the world. And that's the best thing that I could do. That's what we're doing. People are calling in. They want to share, and they got opinions. Let's get to more. 203, you're live, Third Phase of Moon. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Blake, it's Mike from Connecticut. I just got a story to tell you about a coworker of mine, if it's okay. He grew up in Barbados. So when he was a young boy behind his house, and he said that he saw two alien beings that had to be about 30 off the ground. They were like hovering in a small little, tiny little craft. He said they look like, everybody described rays. He goes, they actually shot him with.
We got some breakups, sir. You're breaking up. Sorry about that. You still there? It sounds like I heard somebody got shot.
Or something.
Hello. You're breaking up.
Oh.
Okay. You coming in?
You hear me, Blake?
Okay, now I got you. Okay. You're talking about somebody got shot? Go ahead.
Sorry.
All right. Unfortunately, we lost that caller. Sure would have liked to hear what he had to say. I bet he had something to say, because we're all looking for the truth. We're in search for it. That's why we're here, people. That's why you're listening, because we want to hear what's going down around the world in regards to this UFO phenomenon happening right now. Stand by. We got more callers coming in, and we're going to keep the subject matter going on what you think in regards to the Hawking statement. Is there an alien threat happening right now? Stand by. The threat. Is it real? Are aliens about to basically invade Earth? Is there an asteroid coming? Do we live in a matrix? All these questions boggle the mind, because we're looking for the answers. And the answer could be right here at Third Phase of Moon. I know we got a lot of information, thousands of videos coming in from the public. We let the public decide. We take your calls from around the world. I don't know of any other YouTube channel that does what we do. That's why Third Phase of Moon is the most watched YouTube channel in the world with over 200 million views. That's 200 million views worldwide, and that's just on our YouTube channel. You know, it's been shared. I got a feeling it's been viewed over 1 billion times. Let me tell you, got a lot of people pirating the videos, just stealing content without asking permission. One of my biggest pet peeves out there, let me tell you, because we want to get the people's reaction and reach out to the people that reach out to us. So there's a back and forth conversation. You know, these people out there that wannabes, copycats, you know, they don't do their research, and it's pretty much easy to do what we did first. We're the people that opened up the line to the public so the public could speak, and the public could speak out loud to the world, shake things up. So let's shake it up right now. Let's see if that caller is back. See if we've got a better communication line going, because this Stephen Hawking thing is kind of tripping me out. 203, let's see. You there?
Yeah, Blake, I'm sorry about that. I have terrible phone service sometimes. I don't know why. It comes and goes, but I'll make it in case it goes out. He was in the field. He saw them about 30, 40 feet in the air. They aimed like a gun at him, and he said it was like a white beam of light that came. He could see, like, he says, you know when you shine a flashlight and you see like dust in the air? He goes, I could see like particles surrounding him, and it was freezing. He said, I'm in Barbados. It's hot there. He said he could not move. He said it was like 10 seconds, 15 seconds, then the beam retracted, and they went up into the sky and out of sight. So I just wanted to share that with you because he wanted me to tell his story for him. I said I will, because I told him I listen to your show.
Wow, that's super cool. Why didn't he call in himself?
I can help him. I told him, I said he should call in. He's a little nervous about going on the air, but I could have him call in sometime for you if you'd like in the future.
Absolutely. So what was he going to intend to do with the gun? He's going to attempt to commit maybe some kind of war going on. Was he going to shoot this craft down? Because, that'd be quite interesting.
I don't know if he had been abducted. I don't know if, I don't know what the story, he has no memory of anything like that. He just remembers them shooting him, and he was frozen. He could not move. He was standing there in the middle of the field. He said after that, it took him a while to get his wits about him again. But it freaked him out really bad. And that was in the late 60s.
You know that...
and I want to ask you one question.
That phenomenon is quite...
Videos?
Go ahead.
I want to ask you one more thing. Do you ever see those videos on YouTube from that polished knob? He was out, I think, Australia, with a lot of aliens. They were actually in his yard. Videos.
Yeah, sure thing. Stand by. Alex Player, known as the Polish Knob. Like I said, Third Phase of Moon has been around for years. We've been doing this for a long, long time. We've spoken with thousands of people. We have tens of thousands of videos that have been submitted to us, and we spoke to the big experts as well. The experts are one thing. I like the people like you, the callers, the submitters. These guys are on the front line for disclosure. The experts, yeah, they do their research, but the stories get old after a while. I'm over Rendlesham. I'm over, Roswell. Let's get some new information. What we're hearing tonight is new information. And what I'm about to share with you here very shortly with a bunch of new UFO videos is a lot of information. So back to the caller's question about the Polish Knob, Alex Player. Yeah, he's an interesting kid. Check out our channel. Go back into the archive. Look it up. We've done an interview with him and numerous videos. He's given us updates, and his videos are quite interesting, to say the least. He's kind of been off the grid for a long time. He relocated residents. So the phenomenon, the alien visitation, has stopped. So there's no more alien videos coming out for the Polish Knob. Some people say that some of these videos were hoaxed. No, that's not for me to decide. All I'm saying is the video looked amazing. You could almost see a glint in the eye of this alien motion, strange lights, strange encounters. So, yeah, be sure to take a look at his video. Thanks, caller. Thanks for calling in. Let's bring in more callers. So many callers tonight. I'm going to get back to Hawkins, too. The Hawking, is there a threat happening right here? Is it happening now, or is it in the future? I don't think you really clarified that too much. 317, welcome to Third Phase.
Hi, Blake. Just listening in.
Okay. Well, come on. You got to give me your opinion on what you think of Stephen Hawking's statement. Is there an alien threat?
Oh,
Should we be worried?
I totally agree. Totally.
I guess she agrees with Hawking. I don't know if there's a threat going on, though. There could be. These guys are advanced. Could be within the Matrix, for all we know. If they're here, they could have wiped us out a long time ago. Have they already wiped us out a long time ago on a restart button? Because there's a lot of evidence out there that there's technology like this once before on this planet, and it's been wiped out of the history books. A great deluge struck it all down, and there is just partial evidence that we were possibly here civilized, the Diamond Age, 200 million years ago, just like the ancient Anunnaki theory, that there is some kind of intervention. And we're working on a documentary on this. So stay tuned for more on this, because the information it's just wild. It's just wild. Let's bring in 251. 251, you there?
Yes.
Oh, great. Where are you calling in from?
Alabama.
Alabama. All right. What's your name?
It's Grayson.
All right, Grayson. Let me ask you the big question. Do you think we should be worried about Stephen Hawking and his statement that there's an alien threat?
I don't think we should be worrying too much about it right now. We should probably be worrying about it later on.
When should we be worried about it, if not now?
You should probably wait and see what else he comes up with and see what else he thinks is going to happen.
Okay, well, maybe we should just stand by and wait for Stephen Hawking for more of his statements, because I think he's creating some kind of $7 million investment fund to try and find out exactly more about this alien threat. I know he was worried about certain messages we were putting on our satellites. I think the Voyager, we're giving our direct coordinates back to Earth in case an alien race came across our Voyager traveling through and past our solar system right now. It's past Pluto. So if there's an alien race out there that comes in contact with the Voyager, they gave the aliens a direct map. An X marks the spot back to planet Earth. Some people think, wow, perfect directions. There's McDonald's. Let's go eat. But, in my case, if they're that intelligent to read a map, they're going to find out what the human race is all about. And maybe they're going to be knowing that things existed before over here. And the human race isn't that bad after all. I believe in humans. I believe in humankind. Brent's here. He's got a statement. Thanks for joining us, Brent.
Well, I'm just thinking of what would the aliens think if they did come across Voyager. They would think this is rudimentary, at worst, possible, very crude science at the best. Earth is very slow, and we're just kind of getting into the age of getting into space. If aliens saw this, they would think this is easy money for us to go to our world and take it over. They'd be more highly advanced than we are right now.
Sure. You got to worry about that too, because they're like, look at these guys. Here's their Voyager. Their science is pretty crude, and it's not very, comparatively to what these guys can do, traveling interstellar space at faster than the speed of light, because it takes speed faster than the speed of light. I'm not totally a believer of Einstein's theory that we can't go faster. I'm a believer that we could go at the speed of thought. And the speed of thought is way faster than light speed. Now, that's when you get moving, people. You get moving real fast. So I'm putting it out there to Stephen Hawking. Do something for the human race. Do something for planet Earth. Yeah, sure, you could give us all this information. Black holes are real, yeah. The universe is huge. Yeah, we know all this stuff. Give us something that we could sink, bite into it, fly on it. Cure MS. Stephen Hawking, you've been around for a while. You've been given the gift of life. And, some tragedy too. But you've gone down that road. You've gone down that road and you've passed it. So what we need to do, maybe, is make a broadcasting beacon. Can Stephen Hawking develop something like that? Some broadcasting beacon that could broadcast at the speed of thought? Now, this is when you start getting into things that are huge and is beyond sometimes our brain process. We can't process this fast enough. This is possibly the reason of the Matrix. We're in this Matrix, and the program is only designed for a certain amount of intellect. There could be there could be a barrier to how far we could go. But right now we're advancing. We're advancing 1,000 times, pretty much, in technology every year. So it's going to still continue to advance at an alarming rate or a great rate. He's also afraid that there could be a danger to the human race involved with AI. The robots could take us out. Skynet. We've all heard about this stuff. But it's coming around. It's coming around the corner. It all depends on the thought process of the computer or the machine, whether they have their own agenda. Well, what does a robot want? What does a robot want? It wants power. I would imagine, do you think a toaster wants bread in it? Now, these are things that we don't know. What does a robot want? What do the aliens want? This has been an incredible show right here at Third Phase. Just talking to you, the public, getting your reactions, bouncing off ideas. That's what Third Phase of Moon is all about. Third Phase of Moon is about you, the public, sharing your information, your incredible videos of UFOs, weather phenomenon known as HARP. Something's going down, people. Something's going down in a way that is going to change us in a good way, So stay positive. Have your cameras on the skies. Keep in touch. Join us next week, Friday, for Third Phase of Moon Radio. We'll be here taking your calls because that's what it's all about. Stay tuned to our YouTube channel for more updates. We got a lot of videos coming in, a lot of videos. They're going to blow you away. Rest in peace, Fred. Keep your eyes on the skies. We'll see everybody again next time. Third Phase Moon, I just wanted to give a big shout out to everybody joining us tonight on the Flash Chat. You guys are the best. You guys keep it cool. You guys have really good answers, and that's what I really appreciate. You guys joining me every week, every Friday. You guys are number one. I want to thank you, Joe Widener, Kevin Baird, Lisa Walker, Michael Antunes, Astral Traveler, and Nanali. Spread the word, people. Thanks, Beyond the Universe, Bradford Blair. Flip it for you, man. You're the best. Spread it. Let's get the show number one. Let's get it out, because your statements, the truth, it's all up to us. Blake Kevin.
Control, this is Flight. We're tracking 3 fast-moving objects, origin unknown.